Hello and welcome back to the Tim Tom podcast. And today we're going to be going through Your Old Droog, which is a brand new album from Your Old Droog. It's called It Wasn't Even Close, and it's pretty. It perfectly kind of captures that old school '90s vibe. And to counter that, we're going to be going over Kevin Abstract's latest EP, Arizona Baby, which is
Too
really
many tracks for an EP.
yeah, but online it was listed as an EP. I thought it was strange. It seems like an
It's
LP.
one of those grey area ones, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like FM, you just don't know what it is.
but essentially we have some very old school mixed with some very new school, and then we're going to be going over Matt Martians featuring Steve Lacy, Ponyfly, and Denzel Curry's Rookie. So it's going to be good. Yeah, my
If you've
God,
seen
man.
Boys in the Hood, you'll know why that's.
Oh, I actually just watched Boys in the Hood on Saturday.
Whoa.
Yeah, I watched it. I was going to watch something else. I wasn't feeling it, and I just saw it on Netflix. I was like, I'm going to go for it. Because I remember you spoke very, very highly of it. And then I watched it, and I really loved it. It's one of the best ones I've seen this year.
There you go.
Like, Lawrence Fishburne is very good in it. But, okay. So, Tom,
So,
are you the resident expert on Your Old Droog?
I mean, I know a fair bit about him. I listened to his last album, Pax. Thought it was pretty good. I also know that when he dropped his first project, everyone thought he was Nas under another alias.
Right.
Which
Okay.
you can sort of see why. Their voices are.
I find his voice is more similar to like MF Doom.
I see that as well.
But
And, he has Ukrainian heritage. That's all.
Yeah, he does, and that's where he gets Droog from, because it's Droog in Russian means friend. It's not Nadsat from A Clockwork Orange. It's just Russian, just like your old friend. But
I did not know that.
I'm pretty sure it is. But yeah, he seems like it seems like someone's got a time machine, gone back to the 90s, and like East Coast 90s, and plucked him straight from the scene, because this feels like this is such a throwback, man, in the best way.
Well,
It's
some people
really-
are keeping their sounds alive.
Yeah, it's really, really impressive. One of the best we reviewed this year, I'm gonna call it. It's a
Alright.
long piece, and it has a lot of depth to it. The
It's not long.
instrumentals. No, it's not too long actually, but it's pretty damn good, man. And let's go into it. Gyros has this kind of sci-fi effects on it, and the sample has this. Or the sample feels kind of like 70s. You know, that's what I get. I get this kind of. It sounds a bit like some of the music from Scooby Doo, or like reminds me of the soundtrack to this film Suspiria, which is done in the 70s by Goblin. It just reminds me of some obscure 70s kind of sound to it. Very strange sounding sample on it, and that's throughout. It has these very strange, like very creepy samples on the whole thing, and it's very cool. It reminds me a bit like Wu-Tang in that way, you know?
Yeah, I liked this opener a lot. It was named after gyro posters, which I have no idea what they are,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't exist anymore. And
No.
gather what an old soul he is. He ends the line with "Remember those."
I wonder if they're on the album cover, because there's a lot of things referenced Oh no, there's a lot of things in the album cover which are referenced in the album which are referenced on the album cover. There's like King Kong is referenced a few. It's like said a few times. There's a news article about King Kong. There's Bill Cosby barbecue sauce which is on there. It's and there's a jersey which is talked about which is on there. It's very very cool. And also I just can't shake. It has such a good album cover with that witch stirring a cauldron on the front cover, and it
Which
kind
is
of
also referenced at one point.
and it's just the whole vibe of this album is that kind of creepy, otherworldly kind of aesthetic. I'm getting that from it a lot of the time. It's that kind of weird, creepy, but still kind of gangster 90s vibe. It's very, very cool. Very cool. Tribe by 13. No, sorry, RST. What am I talking about? RST. It has another very weird sample. It features Doom with someone else. We've already talked about it. It works very well. It follows on extremely well from Gyros. Keeps the tone.
Yeah, and still like it a lot.
Yeah, but Tribe by 13 is the next track. It has this lo-fi beat, has some more fun bars, some more weird soundscapes, and the only thing I'd say about this is that it kind of gets a bit stale as the track goes on. I would have liked to have seen it gone somewhere else. That's and that's all.
I don't know about that.
Okay, that's fair enough. I just find with some of those.
I thought it had some of the best bars as well.
Was there any that stood out?
Existential dread is just a Rasta philosopher.
There we go.
And this shit is like Southpaw looking down on Ralph Lauren.
I don't get that reference.
To name but a few. It's not as good a clothing brand as Ralph Lauren.
Oh, okay, my bad. There's Bubble Hill. The sample on this is very nice, and it has this lo-fi EQ on it, which is very interesting. The echo on some of these notes gives it this kind of strange atmosphere to it, and there's a reference to ASAP. I don't know if it's ASAP Mob or ASAP Rocky. Money in My Name like ASAP. And then I really liked the applause at the end. It's a very unique sound to this track.
Yeah, the production was from Daringer, who is a well-respected jazz rap producer.
Hell yeah!
This album as a whole is a very who's who of underground hip hop. Like the next track has Evidence on production, and then lots of the features are all sort of, if you listen to this type of hip hop, they all do that all the time.
Yeah.
Perhaps MF Doom being the head honcho of all that as well.
Right.
It's very nice, and I like this song a lot.
World's About to End. It drops into this.
This was a weird song because it started off with this really sweet little flute melody, and then suddenly the world's about to end, and then this apocalyptic beat comes in, and he's
it's like a live drum sample, which I appreciated on that, and it just drops into that synth. It's really ominous. It's bars about depression, regression, and bouts of depression, regression. You don't choose this profession is one of the bars, which I thought was very cool. There's it kind of feels. Actually, no, ignore that. The outro beat switch is like even more odd, and the synth again adds to that, and then it has a very creepy dialogue from this film. I'm pretty sure it's very strange. But
was that the barbecue sauce one?
It may well be. I think it is.
That made me uncomfortable a little bit.
Yeah, it's just like there's it has this kind of almost nightmarish feel to it. It's like a lucid dream, but it's just like Spooky one, man. Babushka.
The beat for me sounded like a old school TV theme tune.
Yeah.
Just something, I don't know, a bit like Steptoe and Son or something like that would come out to.
Yeah.
Or
That's
Curb Your
interesting.
Enthusiasm.
Oh, okay. I think I can see that. Then I mean Droog is like he's rapping pretty fast on this track. And it's it almost feels a bit abstract. There's yeah, it's really
Well, I
weird.
mean, this is not a hip hop instrumental in the slightest, really, is it?
No.
Yeah. Here we are.
Yeah. And there was strings as well on this track. It's so strange, man. Yeah, very abstract. One of my favorites.
It was a
Funeral
very good moment.
Funeral March. I feel it has
Probably
this.
the worst song for me.
Yeah, I can see that. I kind of liked how it had this. It had an idea where it wanted to go, and it kind of stuck with it. There was nothing that. It's a very gloomy track. It has this depressing piano and horns. It reminded me a lot of like Bastard by Tyler the Creator in that way. But yeah, definitely not one of my favorites.
The horn was nice, but the Mac Homie feature was mixed awfully.
Ugh. Was it too low? Do you find?
It was just fuzzy and
Hmm.
like lo-fi, but everything else wasn't. It sounded like it was
Yeah, that could be weird.
separate.
It probably was. Might have been recorded elsewhere. Or maybe he did a Bobby Schmurder. But
I
no,
don't think so, but maybe.
no, I'm just joking. Devil Springs. This, yeah, the vocal like sample used here kind of sounds like it's from Jefferson Airplane. It's almost psychedelic. It's very strange. And then this beat kind of switches violently into this other thing, which and then yeah, then somehow like it's this very abstract part, and this beat is formed. There's these multiple guitars going. Droog sounds very angry, and it has this like tangible venom to his voice. I thought this was pretty damn cool. This track, man.
Yeah, I thought the sample was really odd.
Hmm.
But
it's
it
like
had probably the bar of the album.
yeah, which was
Think it's all PG like Disney. You should see how dirty her pics are.
Ugh.
In the reference to somebody's daughter.
Yeah, that's nasty. Smokes.
S'mores.
S'mores.
You know,
Yeah,
like
I can't read
biscuit
my
with the
hand.
melted
Marshmallow.
marshmallow.
Good old days of Scouts.
This is the best song.
Yeah, you think so? Oh, yeah, I'll give you that.
It starts off with this hilarious little ad-libbing bit where he's like, yeah, and then he just goes, no. And then a verse comes in, great, and then out of nowhere, the beat switches to this like ghostly
yeah.
sound, and Lil Ugly Mane.
Okay, you want to talk
Barely
about this?
seen.
Okay.
I just thought his verse was incredible.
But did he do the acapella verse?
He did the second verse.
Was that the? Oh no, it's the next track, which is acapella. My bad.
Oh my god! You don't hear from him very often.
I heard some very, very, very cool bars in this. There was one that I really liked was dudes wearing Canada Goose who can't get into Canada.
Yeah, that was Droog one. That was fire.
And then there was a more productive doing nothing. Yeah.
I just liked him
Oh.
calling himself the king of all this empty and stuff like that. I thought it was
I mean,
awesome.
my favorite bar was yeah, go make like a saxophone shop and get down to brass tacks. I don't really know what it means. And, yeah, that was pretty cool, man.
And Wiki had a nice feature in the end as well.
But that haunting bridge, like that you talked about, that definitely stands out. It's just these instrumentals, man, that get under your skin at times. It's pretty cool.
I thought it was crazy because it was such a drastic change. Because the beat comes in, then which is like a classic boom bap thing. And then this ghost thing. Then it goes back to the older one again. So I don't know quite what happened there. Maybe Little Ugly Mane insisted on rapping over ghost beats.
Yeah, it's definitely a theme on this album, though.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. And then the next track, is it Molly Trunk? No.
Ugly Truth.
Ugly Truth. I can't read my own handwriting, man.
Homo Mix.
Okay, you go ahead.
It's just a good out and out rap track. His flows are so relentless for about 2 minutes.
Definitely.
Then, like you mentioned earlier, it slows down a bit once he's going a cappella.
But the I love the part before he actually goes a cappella when he says like, do that effect where it sounds like I'm on the phone.
No, that's on the final track.
Oh, what the frick, man!
You've got your shit messed up.
I thought it was on the a cappella one. Okay, never mind. Well, I really like the a cappella part though. The fact that his flows kept on, and then some of the things he was saying, like yeah, it was pretty jaw dropping for me. Like the first time I heard it, really stood out.
I still can't quite work out where it all goes because 1 minute I hear the instrumental, the next minute it's just gone because I think stuff subtly goes one bit at a time.
Yeah, it does. Because I mean, you're too focused on the vocals at that point. I mean, they deserve to be focused on. It's pretty dope. Chasing Ghosts. I think it's the most spooky track. Well, actually, besides Haunted House type beat. There's what was it? There's one bar on it, like whatever happened to lines that make you have to rewind. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
And just the whole beginning bit about where is everyone? I can't see them. They must be ghosts. In reference to the modern rappers these days.
Yeah.
I thought Rock Marciano was okay, but a bit underwhelming.
Yeah, I didn't really have anything more notable to talk about beyond that bar, really, and the spooky sample. But I think we're going to talk about the most interesting and the track which deserves to be focused on.
What, Haunted House beat, brackets, not a house beat.
Yes. This is the spookiest beat I've ever heard. I don't know beats could get this spooky, man. But
it was obviously they all sat down and thought, let's make this spooky.
Yeah, and they all came up with what spooks them the most.
I love that he had to clarify that it's not a house.
It's not a house beat. Yeah.
And also, it's just like 3 minutes of this spooky beat.
Yeah, it's some creepy ambience. And
then there's this weird sample that comes in, and that's just twisted to be so spooky as well. To sound like a ghost.
It's spooky. But okay, let's move on. 90 from the line.
The finale.
Mm-hmm.
One of the few songs that actually has a chorus. I think only the opener and the closer have a chorus. I think that's it.
Yeah. The rest of it, they're always stream of consciousness, so just keep on going and going and going.
Which is the MF Doom formula after all.
Oh. Is he a disciple?
Definitely. Nothing wrong
Yeah.
being Disciple of Doom.
No, there's not.
I liked in particular the second verse, which instead of, because you know he's had a lot of bars sort of digging at the talentless rappers.
Yeah.
Well, here instead of doing that, he bigs up the producers and the engineers that make them actually sound good.
That's good.
Before before sort of taking the piss and being like, can you put this effect on my voice? And then he's like, no, you sound phony enough. And then the album.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, it's pretty damn good, man. More kind of weird and tongue-in-cheek bars.
I mean, there was one dodgy one I would like to underline where he said that he nearly got tricked by a tranny. I'm not sure in 2019 you can say that.
No, but perhaps it's because it's a pastiche to the 90s when you could say that.
I mean,
also there's some good alliteration there, I guess. Hold up. I don't know. It's a pretty outlandish bar, but I don't think it's meant to be taken seriously. It's all tongue in cheek, I'm fairly certain. But yeah, it's definitely like weird. It's weird. It's good.
it's a good album for the
But
old
it is
heads,
definitely for the old
for
heads.
people who just like actual like nodding your head rap music. So if you liked Mick Jenkins, you'll like this.
Yeah. If you like anything from like the 90s, pretty much you'll like this as well. It's a love letter to it, kind of, but it's
And
also kind of.
if you're a droog, then you'll like this as well.
Yeah, you're my Drew, Tom. I really hope it's an insult now. If it is an insult, or I really hope it's what I think it means, which is just friend. Okay, what would you rate it?
Man, this at 8.
Yeah, me too. I just feel like it's kind of lacking like some proper standout moments to turn it up.
I think a few more hooks wouldn't kill it.
Yeah.
I think if some of the features were a bit, I mean, so there are some very good features here, like Doom, Little Ugly Mane, Wiki was good. The first Mac Homie one was good, but the second one was awful. And I thought Rock Marciano wasn't that good either. So I think maybe some better features. But, you know, production-wise, it's solid, and Droog's always been a good lyricist.
Yeah. It's definitely where his strength is, but maybe some more hooks. But from a project which kind of lacked some hooks, to a project which is full of hooks. Arizona
Carried
Baby.
by hooks?
You potentially, yeah, definitely, actually. Arizona Baby by Kevin Abstract. Now it's his third solo project.
The only one I've listened to.
I listened to a bit of American Boyfriend, but I just didn't like kind of it was kind of poppy, but like some of it had this I think there was a lot of fat on that project, and I really couldn't listen to the whole thing. It just didn't do it for me. This, on the other hand, perhaps it's because Rockhampton has happened since then.
Yeah, I think that's definitely affected the sound of this album.
Oh, definitely.
But
it's still unique. It's still unique.
Yeah.
It stands in its own area. It stands on its own, and but it feels a lot more concise. Well, no, okay, maybe not concise. It feels a lot more focused than I feel American Boyfriend was, but it still lacks focus in the project itself. That's the problem I have with it.
I thought the whole rollout of this album was a bit weird. He released the Arizona Baby EP with the first 3 songs, then the Ghetto Baby, then the Ghetto Baby one. That was the next set of 3 songs.
Yeah.
And then on a Thursday, he dropped the rest of it. When music's meant to come out on a Friday.
How are you supposed to enjoy it over the weekend? You know, you didn't really listen to it by Friday.
Save it, maybe. I don't know.
Who has the time for that?
But anyway,
Yeah,
Big Wheels.
it comes in hard. It comes in hard. It goes out hard. It's Big Wheels is. It's okay. I was apprehensive going into this project because I didn't really like American Boyfriend, but my God, Big Wheels is one hell of an opener.
That settled your nerves.
Oh, more than settled my nerves. I was very much at peace in this soundscape. It's kind of almost experimental. This kind of high tremolo key that's going on, and then this very powerful bass. Kevin just goes all in with these very unique bars from his unique perspective as a young gay black man. And
I thought
rapping
this was
up-
very Iridescence like. Just the rapping fast.
okay,
The
yeah.
beat. But what made it perhaps more individual was the beautiful outro.
Yeah, I love the drop in the saxophone, man. My God.
That sax is so sweet.
And it comes back. It's a recurring character. But just one thing I want to talk about Kevin Abstract is him, like, as an artist. His kind of unique selling point is the fact that he is comfortable and wants to rap about being gay. And I really love the moments on this where he is more intimate and he is more introspective on several of these tracks. And it's just, there wasn't enough of it. There are some tracks which just feel like, as you say, like quite rightly, they're just there for the hook and they're carried by the hooks. And yeah, I was really hoping for more. I was hoping for more introspection because this could have been great, man. It has, yeah, I think it has. He's got some serious potential. But anyway,
On the
Georgia,
gay thing, have you seen that video of him telling someone to leave because it's a gay-only area?
no, I haven't seen that.
It was pretty savage.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. But
Oh, I know how I feel about Joyride, and it's not good.
you don't like it?
Not at all.
Well, I really love the how it flows into a sequence very nicely.
Yeah, the
But
sequencing was good.
but then and then I really love the drum and bass beat that comes in and the horns. I thought that was pretty great, and the hook is pretty good. Like I kind of like the auto tune singing, well no auto tune slurring rather. I don't think you're meant to understand what that auto tune person is saying. It's kind of like another instrument, but it's not the best. But I really like that drum and bass beat, man. It's the second one they've done since like Sister Nation. I thought it was pretty great. But you didn't like it?
Man, I didn't like the hook at all.
Nah,
And I thought the horns were kind of obnoxious as well.
that's fair enough. I'd say they are obnoxious, but guess we're moving on, man. What about Georgia?
George was a lot better.
Georgia on your mind?
Not overly, to be honest.
Okay.
But the hook was super sweet.
Yeah, and has these very smooth chords and this lovely guitar melody.
And he's rapping about Texas,
Yeah.
which is a thing, I guess.
Okay.
No, it was
Corpus
not. It was a bit of reminiscing.
Yeah.
I thought it closed the EP off quite well, but I think in this it doesn't really work with Corpus Christi all that well.
Yeah, it's they're similar. It's you have these two kind of hard hitting tracks. These two kind of then there's like three very kind of more subdued tracks.
This was a very
Yeah.
interesting song.
Mhm.
First verse made me like worry for that Kevin might not be okay.
Yeah, I really
And then
like
the
these
second
intro
one
parts.
had the thing about Amir in it, and then apologising to Don.
Yeah,
Because I don't
yeah.
know if you saw, but people kept asking Don if Amir's coming back, and he was like, if he deserved to be in the band, he'd be in the band.
Oh damn.
So
Then
that's why he apologised to him. And I thought the hook was sweet and nice, but it sounded like Travis Scott before he met Mike Dean.
okay. There's another one of these kind of auto-tuned slurred hooks. I don't think it works as well on here, but I really appreciated the synth and bass in it, which really kind of envelops you. Like the Romil and the other producers, they have they're just able to create these butter smooth bass and synths, which just like they're so warm. Yeah, just float around you like a blanket. I find. I really appreciated the bars here, though. I really felt like we were getting a look inside Abstract's head, which
Absolutely.
I really wanted more of it with it because you don't get to do that on Brockhampton. He's playing the Kevin Abstract character, whereas on his own solo stuff was when he's able to be more personal and more introspective and more himself. And I was really hoping for more of that. But like, I mean, we do get some great tracks on this though. One of which is next, Baby Boy, which has this very very cool kind of almost cheesy 90s vibe to it. I love the upbeat instrumentation and the hook. I love the high pitched voices on it. It's so easy to sing to. It's a very interesting track. I think it's like one of my favorites. How did you feel about it, Tom?
It was a nice enough ballad.
It seems to be like that and Peach are like the two which everyone's going crazy about.
Yeah, they both got the Ryan Beatty features on that everyone's going crazy about.
Was he doing the guitars?
No, he's the other voice.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Well, I mean, Bareface is on Peach as well, but
Yeah.
I mean, man, Peach is a jam. I
Yeah,
definitely
Peach is
prefer
a
that
jam.
over this.
I don't know.
But I
I,
mean,
I think I
liked
prefer
it. I
Baby
still
Boy over
thought Baby
Peach.
Boy was good.
I prefer Baby Boy over Peach. I feel Peach is a bit hollow, in my opinion. It has a good jam and it has this very laid back feel to it. These jazzy chords. It's delivered well, but it just I feel like Baby Boy is more intimate. Isn't it? It's like a gay love song. I thought that was cool. This thing you'll only get from Kevin Abstract, whereas Peach could have come from anyone. I feel it sounds like a more laid back Brockhampton track, or even like it sounds a bit like. Oh no, never mind. Mississippi.
Awful.
Yeah, I didn't really know why this was on here. It's like it's a more smooth production, but like it's forgettable, and it all feels kind of a bit murky, like
Mhm.
like a bayou,
Like a
potentially,
Mississippi mud pie.
like a Mississippi Delta or a mud pie. Yeah, mud pie's better analogy.
I haven't had one of those in ages.
I've never eaten mud, so I don't know what they taste like.
It's a chocolate pudding.
What about Use Me?
This was a
Oh, this is a
interesting
letdown.
instrumental
I think
choice, wasn't it?
it was, but it was a letdown.
It's
In my
not every
opinion.
day you hear him rap over vocal sample bass beat, but I don't think it went
Yeah,
anywhere. It just didn't go anywhere, did it?
exactly. And
It started off nice enough.
with such an abrasive title like that, I thought we were gonna get some crazy bars about some of his exploits that he'd had when he was younger. So I don't know, so that we could understand how he became who he is now. He talks about that on some other tracks, but not on here. But like with such an abrasive title like that, you're not gonna touch on like I don't know. I thought it was gonna be more, man. I feel like we got We got yeah. I don't know. I feel like the title kind of sets it up to be something that it isn't, which is like a standout track. Like yeah, man. Why is it even called that? Besides the sample, you know?
That's probably the sole reason.
Yeah, like yeah. I was hoping to get some thoughts on maybe like how he views himself or like how other people, you know, just yeah. Or, yeah, there's just so much you could do with that topic. Anyway, I think we talked about Peach already. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Instrumental's good as well.
Yeah,
Ryan Beatty's vocals are sweet.
Yeah.
And very good song. But I
Yeah.
do think, like you said, it's the one everyone's going crazy about. I still prefer Big Wheels and Boya, but
Oh yeah.
you know, I mean, of the slower ones, it's probably my favorite.
Yeah. American Problem. I didn't like it the first time I heard it, but now like I love it, man. I really love the vocals at the start. I love this kind of dreamy soundscape to it. Abstract has these crisp, emotive vocals. Like I can't rapping about although he's singing like I can't sleep next to somebody who doesn't look like you is just, absolutely smitten with someone who now isn't with. There's this very good beat switch, I feel, and it turns into this more gritty track, talking about references Tyler at one point. Then he sort of goes into his childhood, and if he's talking about like a guy at home who I don't know, maybe something happened with this guy at home, but then they got found out by a principal, and so the principal calls him like a flaming faggot or something. I believe that's the lyric, and then he says he ends it by saying like I'm just another American problem. I thought it was impressive, man, and it was exactly what I wanted from this kind of project.
It's another one I found sonically quite annoying. But I
found it
didn't
annoying
really catch the lyrics, so I can see why.
It was after I read this Pitchfork article, which they were a bit harsh on the album, but they kind of turned my attention towards the lyricism, which I noticed more in the second listen. And it's just he's able to deliver these bars, rapping about like he's able to say something as like what other rapper in the game will just like say in a bar to like end this bar like I'm cum chasing. It's like it's a bit it's like kind of
I wouldn't put it past Cardi B to do that.
yeah, but I mean guy rappers. That's what I mean.
Well, you're limiting the field, aren't you? That's not fair.
Oh, my bad. Okay, no. Well, okay, rappers in general. But I don't listen to many female rappers. That's all. I'm sorry. But I mean, he's able to talk about these things with this kind of. It's not tongue in cheek. It's just like self confidence. But then he's also able to be very vulnerable at the same time. And then he just kind of doesn't do it on a lot of these tracks. Really, really gripes me, man. Or it's a big gripe of mine. What do you think about Crumble?
I don't really have anything written down for Crumble.
No, me neither. It's just got a nice beat, and it has a nice indie feel to it. And I like how it ends abruptly, but it kind of feels like the end, and then Boyer is like epilogue. But Boyer is a great song to end on. Anyway, it ends very strong. It starts strong. It ends strong. It starts harsh and abrasive almost, and it ends in that harsh, same kind of vein. I love the it's the track after having previously the hook on Crumble is I feel like I wanna run, or like I feel like running. And the hook on Boyer is you can't run forever. You know?
I
And
think this is the catchiest hook of the lot,
definitely.
and
I feel
I love it.
there's more to this. There's more to that hook than Meet CI. I think it touches on American Problem, Baby Boy, I was running from identity, which
And I
identity.
think just his life as a whole.
Yeah, definitely.
You
Raps
gotta
about
learn your
mental
lesson,
illness.
dog.
He raps about insecurity with therapists on this, and he's rapping about all of this on this really hard beat. I thought that, even as a concept, is very cool.
Oh, and Drake had an anti-therapy thing as well, didn't he?
And so did Little Sims. Yeah.
Man,
There's a lot
fuck therapy, man.
I don't want to come across as though I didn't like this, because I was very pleasantly surprised, and I've been bumping this quite a lot. I genuinely like this project, and it's just there's areas for improvement. So I'm giving it a 7/8.
I'm in more of the 6 camp. I thought it was a bit all over the place. When it was good, it was very good. But there was a
Yeah,
lot of moments where I was just like, what is this?
that's okay.
What are you doing here?
Yeah,
Or
there's some tracks.
why?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
some that are like, oof. Namely, Big Wheels,
Mhm.
Georgia, Peach, Boy,
So you could take an EP out of this LP and or out of this extended EP, I guess. Be very happy.
yeah, I think that there's good ideas here that could have been used a bit better as well.
Yeah,
And I think it was just it was a good little side project to keep his fans happy, because he did have a cult following before Brockhampton.
mm. I think he needs to like find his voice a bit more, find out what he genuinely wants to say, rather than, because I don't like it when like some of the tracks just feel a bit vapid and they just have ultimately no substance to them. I don't like that, man.
And also the having Ramil on there producing every song, I don't think helped it.
No, because it just
Separate it from the Brockhampton work
Brockhampton.
as much, because a lot of
Definitely.
the beats was very similar.
Yeah, like Big Wheels sounds like straight from Saturation 3. Or at least the first part does. But anyway, okay, on to the singles. Ponyfly. What are your thoughts?
Is this a funky jam or what?
It was a funky jam. It was a bit long, but then they did a lovely little beat switch at the 2 minute halfway through.
This is another example of me being a bit confused with where the internet's going, because Matt Marston's from the internet, as
Yeah.
is Steve Lacy,
Mm-hmm.
and this is probably the only song that I genuinely loved off his project that came out,
Yeah.
The Last Party, because this is really funky, but a lot of the other songs just aren't funky.
I don't get it, man. I honestly don't get what the internet are actually doing. I thought they were a funk band, but they're not. They're kind of like an R&B band, you know. And they're capable of busting out these super funky jams. And I think like you and me both want them just to do a full-on funk album. We just want funk from them, but they won't do it. They keep on
Because
doing
they've got one of the best bassists in the world.
one of the best guitarists out there currently. A great vocalist. They've great drums.
I think this song, though, proves why Sid and Steve Lacy do the vocals, because that was my only issue with the song, really.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
His singing was pretty crap. But the hook when him and Steve are together, great. The funky bass, amazing. And although I did like the beat switch, I'm not sure who the female vocalist was.
Mm.
Sort of scatting. but that was very nice.
Yeah.
Definitely worth a listen, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can't see myself listening to the album, but I might listen to this track again. What about Denzel Curry, Ricky?
Rocco!
Oh no, don't do it, Tom. I'm getting flashbacks. He got the grades with his GPA.
Yeah, we shouldn't have gone in the alley, to be fair.
No, they shouldn't have split up. Like, what the frick, man? Nah.
Let's not get back in movie politics.
Yeah, that'll be on
mean-
our movie podcast.
I think this is one of the best singles he's ever released.
Oh, definitely. It's like one of the best since like Ultimate.
It was weirdly G-funky almost. Certainly the sub
Yes!
was really funky.
Definitely. They sampled. I'm fairly certain they sampled Gangsta Gangsta, and then there's a '90s hip hop like boom bap beat as well, which is sampled as well, which even plays at one point. At some points it's muffled underneath it, and then at one point it just plays out for like a second or two. But it's what is it? It's that kind of bell sound effect that plays on Gangsta Gangsta. That's played like a bunch of times, man. It's so good, and it begins with this textbook '90s flow, which is straight from it's just straight from America's Most Wanted. Like, there's one of the tracks where it's almost a skit from I Only Want One Thing. Like, it's the same flow. The you know, very cool. And then it's this '90s flow over this whacked out, like, very new school, like, now beat, you know. And then Denzel Curry comes in super hard. He takes no prisoners. He's abrasive. He's aggressive. He is dope.
And this hook is great.
Cool track. Yeah.
Is
actually
no one but your brother.
Oh my god, yeah. But then
don't trust no hoe, use a rubber.
Yeah, but it's like my dad says, "Don't trust no one," and then my mum says, "Don't trust no hoe, use a rubber." It's very funny.
I mean, I can't imagine anything worse as a parent than your kids having a kid with someone they don't love.
Yeah.
So this is good advice, in my opinion.
And wait, is it actually named after Ricky from Boys in the Hood?
No, because he raps about knowing a Ricky. I don't know his exact relationship.
Yeah. I don't mean a cool reference though.
It's just the first thing I think of when I hear the name Ricky.
My God. Yeah. But okay, that rounds it off. I really liked Ricky. If you're gonna listen to one of the singles, let it be Ricky.
That's just the boat. It's only 6 minutes of your life.
Yeah, it is. You're right there. But some people, they're pressured for time, you know. They might only have 6 minutes left to live.
Then you know what to do.
Spend them wisely. Okay. I've been Tim.
And I've also been Tim. Goodbye.
Goodbye.